In today's video, we'll be discussing how to immigrate to Canada in 2025. We'll talk about the top easiest ways to immigrate to Canada. So, if you've been thinking of moving to Canada, this video is for you. Make sure you watch until the end because we will be sharing with you some important updates regarding Canada's immigration process. You definitely don't want to miss out on this. Hey guys, welcome back to our channel where we share with you the latest immigration news, tips, and tricks on how to successfully immigrate to your dream country. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe so you won't miss any updates. In today's video, we'll be discussing how to immigrate to Canada in 2025. More than 1 million immigrants are expected to call Canada their home by 2025. And if you want to be one of them, we'll tell you how you can do it. Let's get started. Canada has made record high refugee and immigration levels in the past few years, welcoming people from all over the world. According to a report, they have accepted around 431,000 new permanent residents in 2021, which is a 40% increase compared to the previous year. The federal government intends to continue growing these numbers in order to boost the economy through the new Canadian Immigration Levels Plan. For the coming years, Canada plans to accept more than 460,000 new immigrants yearly. This is good news for anyone who wants to settle in Canada permanently. They need more workers and immigrants to support their growing economy. Now that you know that Canada is accepting more immigrants next year, let's talk about the top 3 easiest ways to immigrate to Canada in 2025. 1. Express Entry. This program is a point-based system that manages economic class candidates for permanent residence. It's a well-known fact that Express Entry is the most popular immigration pathway to Canada. Express Entry was introduced to replace the older and more complex skilled worker programs like the Federal Skilled Worker Program, the Canadian Experience Class, and the Skilled Worker Visas. Candidates who are eligible may enter Canada and live and work anywhere in the country permanently. Only candidates who have been selected from the Express Entry pool are eligible for these programs. IRCC invites candidates from the Express Entry pool via regular draws. Candidates in the pool are ranked according to their profile's comprehensive ranking system, or CRS score. Your CRS score is calculated based on several factors such as age, education, work experience, language ability, among others. To improve your chances of being invited to apply, ensure you submit a complete profile, especially those that address the selection factors with higher weight, such as age and work experience. 2. Provincial Nominee Program, or PNP. The Provincial Nominee Program allows each province and territory to nominate individuals to become permanent residents of Canada. Each province and territory has different programs under the PNP to cater to the particular needs of the labor market of each province. There are different streams under the PNP and the requirements vary depending on the province you're reapplying to. Some of the most popular provincial programs include the Ontario Immigrant Nominee Program, OINP, the British Columbia Provincial Nominee Program, BCPNP, and the Alberta Opportunity Stream. It's important to note that you do and need a job offer from an employer in the province you're reapplying to, but it can help increase your chances of getting nominated. 3. Studying in Canada. If you plan to study in Canada, you might also want to consider living and working there permanently. When you finish your studies, you may be eligible to apply for a post-graduation work permit. A post-graduation work permit allows you to work in Canada for up to 3 years after you graduate from a designated learning institution. Unlike a student visa, a post-graduation work permit is only valid if you find a job in your field of study. With this work permit, you can gain valuable work experience in your desired profession, explore other career opportunities in your field, improve your language skills, save money, and even qualify for permanent residence in Canada. Let's discuss the most frequently asked questions about Canada's immigration process. How much does it cost to immigrate to Canada? To estimate your expenses, you must consider several factors, including the application processing fee, the cost of living, transportation costs, tuition fees, and more. The processing fee varies depending on the type of application you're submitting. For example, the processing fee for an express entry application is $13.25 Canadian dollars for the main applicant and $2,200 Canadian dollars for the spouse. On the other hand, the cost of living in Canada varies depending on the city you choose to live in. The major cities of Vancouver, Toronto, and Montreal are generally more expensive than other parts of the country. Transportation costs depend on how you plan to move to Canada. If you decide to fly, then airfare from your country to Canada may cost between $800 and $2,500 Canadian dollars. Meanwhile, tuition fees vary depending on whether you'll pursue a certificate, diploma, bachelor's, or master's degree. Public and private colleges and universities have different tuition fee amounts. On average, tuition for a bachelor's degree at a public university is between $5,000 and $20,000 Canadian dollars per year. What are the chances of getting a job in Canada? Canada's unemployment rate remains low at 5.9%, suggesting the job prospects in the country remain strong. Furthermore, the country's population growth is primarily driven by immigration, which implies that many job openings are available for foreign nationals. According to Job Bank's most recent data, there were approximately 974,000 job vacancies across all industries. The most common occupations with unfilled positions include registered nurses, software designers and engineers, truckers, heavy equipment operators, and janitors. Do you need a job offer to immigrate to Canada? The answer is no. You don't need a job offer to immigrate to Canada. One of the most popular pathways to immigrate to Canada is through the Express Entry program, which doesn't require a job offer. However, having a job offer from an employer in Canada may help you increase your CRS score to improve your chances of being invited to apply. Having a job offer shows that you have relevant work experience and skills that meet the demands of the Canadian job market. Additionally, some provincial programs under the Provincial Nominee Program require a job offer from an employer in that province. How long does it take to process an application? The processing time for an application to immigrate to Canada varies depending on the pathway you choose. According to IRCC, the typical processing time for an express entry application is around 6 months. However, it can take up to 12 months or more for a decision. It takes 60 days to process most applications under the Provincial Nominee Program, but some provinces may take longer. As for study permit applications, the processing time varies depending on the type of study program. For a study permit application for a non-vocational study program, it typically takes 3 to 4 months, while applications for a vocational study program can take up to 8 months. Can I apply if I don't have a high school diploma? The answer is yes, but it depends on the occupation you're applying for. Certain skilled trades may not require a high school diploma, but you must have relevant work experience. If you're planning to apply through the Express Entry program, you need at least a Canadian post-secondary degree or a foreign equivalent to qualify. Can I apply if I have a criminal record? It depends on the nature of your criminal record. Certain criminal records may disqualify you from becoming a permanent resident. If you have a criminal record, you may still apply to immigrate to Canada. However, you'll need a pardon or a certificate of rehabilitation. You can apply for a pardon if you've been convicted of a crime in Canada or abroad 5 years before you apply. We hope we've answered some of your frequently asked questions. Please let us know in the comments below if you have other questions. Let's wrap up today's video. Now that you know the different ways to immigrate to Canada and its requirements, it's time for you to start preparing. Get yourself familiar with the different immigration programs and find which is best suited for you. Start gathering your documents and work on improving your CRS score so you lines have a better chance of being selected. You can use the CRS tool on the official IRCC website to estimate your CRS score. Don't wait. Start your journey towards a new life in Canada. Thank you for watching today's video. If you found it helpful, please leave a like, comment below, and share it with your friends and family. Subscribe and hit the notification bell icon for more videos like this. Take care and we'll see you in the next one.